customtacticals.com here, and we're looking at the famous or infamous CRK Sebenza. CRK, of course, stands for Chris Reeve knives, and the Sebenza is probably one of the most famous one-handed tactical locking knives out there. Might not be considered tactical, but maybe a utility knife that can be tactical and can be dressed up as well. Features the Chris Reeve integral lock, which many of us now better know as the frame lock. Pioneered by Chris Reeve as a hybrid on Michael Walker's liner lock. It basically takes the liner lock to the entire frame of the knife and locks. The Sebenza is an expensive knife given the simple construction and materials, and that's probably why it's so heavily criticized as well by a lot of collectors or that out there that either don't feel that it's worth the money or maybe just can't understand why a knife should cost that much. This one here is fairly well used. You can see the scuffing on it. This is the older regular Sebenza with the CPM S30V blade. Earlier incarnations of the Sebenza came in ATS 34 and BG42 steel. Currently it is an S30V blade, hollow ground and stone wash finish, and it's got that blue signature thumb stud, which now is available in a silver. This one, as you can see, is worn out a little bit, which is very typical of the CRK knives. Just use it a bit and the blue anodizing just rubs off. What makes the Sebenza special in my mind is that it is such a well-crafted knife. Every single Sebenza that leaves the shop is identical, virtually. I don't feel any difference between one or the other. Every single one is perfect in the action and the execution. And I don't think there's a single brand of knife that comes close to the Sebenza in terms of consistency. It's also one of the only knives out there where when you take the pivot screw, it comes with a little Allen key that you can adjust all the screws and you can take apart the knife yourself. But when you tighten it completely, all the way, as tight as you can on this pivot screw, it perfectly tightens up all the way. And once it's tightened up all the way, there's absolutely no blade play, and it's smooth as butter. If you've never handled a Sebenza, it's hard to explain how smooth the action is on a Sebenza. It's not loose that you can flick it, but it has this sort of just consistency in the action that's just feels like butter, really. And of course the frame lock engages perfectly. And Sebenzas have a tendency to, over the years, slide over, and the lock goes more and more over to the other side. And CRK says that this is the lock breaking in, and in fact is a better lockup when it's further in than when it's in the early stages like this model here. And that bothers some people, but when they do engage, the lock becomes quite sticky on a well-used Sebenza, and it gives you a very, very, very strong lock that you feel like you can trust when you're using it, which is kind of nice. Pocket clips on the Sebenzas are always here. You can't move them. You can get a piece of titanium from them that allows you to remove the pocket clip and then replace this. The lanyard on this model has been changed, though it's almost the same as the normal lanyard. This one is just changed to a sort of a olive drab green as opposed to the black that normally comes with it. So this is the large regular. The Sebenza is no longer using this kind of modeling now, but this is about a 3.5 inch blade, overall 8 1/4, and they don't make the regular Sebenza style anymore. The new Sebenza uses the classic style handle with a slightly different blade. This regular Sebenza has a bit more belly and has these funny grooves on it, and you can't get these guys anymore, but they're all pretty decent. I have to say the handle on this regular Sebenza is less comfortable to me than the classic and the current style handles. Just a little bit of bumpiness here that just doesn't always feel that great, but I guess it gives you a little bit more grip. So very easy to take apart, and you just take these down, entire thing comes apart, and you can clean it and put it together yourself. And they have the bronze phosphor washers on them, and it's really hard to explain how well a Sebenza is put together until you actually handle one and really develop an appreciation for it. But it's an extremely well made tool, and I highly recommend a Sebenza for anybody who's looking just for the ultimate utility folding knife that really doesn't want to compromise. The Sebenza is definitely the one to get. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and have a good one.